Greetings, Imagineers! This is Matt Harapatrick, and I have decided to talk about the newest Disney movie, Wish. So let's... Huh? What? Hey, I was in the middle of my video recording.
Hello there, I'm the Big Tomato, movie experience expert. Are you tired of a dumb Disney movie?
No, I'm watching an original movie in honor of the 100 Years of Magic, which is pretty sweet.
But is it really sweet?
Yeah, pretty much.
Would you instead spend your money on a Troll sequel?
And you already lost me.
No, wait. How about Napoleon?
Sorry, don't have time for Oscar bait movies.
Hunger Games?
Never read any of the books or movies.
Look, you can't waste your time overseeing this movie.
Why not?
Look at this.
So, remind me what the absolute problem with this movie again.
It's a giant Easter egg movie.
And?
It takes more every Disney formula moment you can ever think of.
What are you talking about?
A princess singing a musical number.
Plenty of princesses have a big solo that defines them. Even the non-Disney princesses is like a superhero having a secret lair.
Animal sidekicks plus other miscellaneous buddies.
That applies to almost every family movie in existence.
A girl acts a little goofy, yet she's typecast as the hero to save the day.
What, did you want her to sit in a dungeon and look pretty or something? Look, Bob, there's a difference between soulless and overreacting. Soulless is the emoji movie teaching you how to play Candy Crush while stealing stories from other movies, or A Crazy Night saying that your life will be saved by Foot Locker and Radio Shack. Overreacting is like some random guy panicking over True Love's kids breaking an evil spell, or a princess can fight bad guys.
But the Easter eggs!
So what if it's an Easter egg hunt? Mario, Spider-Man, and even Barbie did the exact same thing earlier this year. I can go for another game. I'm going to see this movie, whether you like it or not. Please don't spoil my free time.
You'll be sorry. You should have taken my offers.
Wish is the 62nd movie by Walt Disney Animation Studios. This movie was in development all the way back in 2018, but it wouldn't be revealed until 2022 at the D23 Expo. The film serves as a tribute to Disney Sentinel since 2023 is the company's 100th anniversary, which ties into one of the major themes to most Disney movies, wishes. There were even some talks about it that there was for Strange World, like it's an original movie instead of a sequel, there's gonna be an official Disney villain for the first time since Mother Gothel, and one of the characters, Asha, makes a cameo to one of Disney's newly beloved shorts, Once Upon a Studio. So of course, I was up with this kind of celebration and waiting enthusiastically for it. But the internet from the dark side of Cyber Wonderland said no to happy thoughts and decided to crash the party. As of right now, the reactions are just all over the place. People, specifically Disney fans and regular families, either adore this movie for being a loving tribute to Disney's 100th anniversary and consider it something fresh and original, while others just jump the bandwagon saying it's just a novelty just to support the company's birthday and their past anime movies solely for the fans. Why does that sound familiar? Look, I know there are a lot of opinions and you're welcome to them. I'm just looking to this anime film like I always do to any other anime movie I've seen this year with my own two eyes, no one else's. Welcome to another episode of the Wonder Reviews. Let's see if any of our wishes has been granted. This is, well, Wish. It's the story of a girl named Asha, played by Ariana DeBose, who meets the King of Rosa, played by Chris Pine, to earn permission to have her grandfather's wish granted. The king rejected her request, believing it's too vague and dangerous to have it come true, much like the other wishes he has reserved. Later that night, Asha made a wish and she gets visited by a cute little star. Now Asha, Star, and a goat named Valentino, voiced by Alan Tudyk, have to free the wishes from King Magnifico and return them to their rightful owners. Before we talk about the plot in detail, one of the best components in the movie that really is not getting enough attention is the animation. Yes, it's trying to copy the same strategy with Spider-Verse and Clouds did by mixing 2D and 3D together, but this style works to its advantage because what people remember from this, it's a fairy tale movie. It's reminiscent to the early Walt Disney movies like Snow White or Sleeping Beauty with the watercolors and hand-drawn art styles. In fact, the movie literally opens with a storybook like the classic Disney movies. And yes, I'll address that element later. When we enter the Kingdom of Roses, it really does feel like one of the storybook illustrations leaping out of the pages. It gives more details on the textures of the architecture, King Magnifico's castle, and even the forest. The 2.5 animation also works with the characters where they're simplistic like the other movies I mentioned, and not too much where they go into too many details. The movements are also enjoyable, like Star's over-the-top expressions and the choreography during the musical numbers. The only nitpick I would have with the animation is that it could have gone with the frame cut movements like Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots 2 to fit more with the storybook style. The best way to describe the 2D, 3D hybrid anime movies is that they're the new stage for animation. Remember when CGI took over theaters and hand-drawn just faded away? That's the new stage for animation, and CGI just got itself a new rival. Okay, now I'm ready to address the heffalump in the room. Hi Wendell, how was your vacation?
Good.
Well, that's good to hear. Anyways. There is no hiding that this movie is stock full of Disney references like Snow White, Cinderella, Peter Pan, and every other popular Disney movie. Some could argue that they're only there solely to celebrate Disney 100 and keep your attention away from the plot. I don't know about you, I was not distracted by any of the Easter eggs scattered throughout the movie. I kept my focus on the plot all the way through and know what it's about. I'll admit I got cringe at some of the Disney one-liner jokes from the characters, but that's only 10% of that. But everything else, like the hidden Mickeys, objects, or costume designs, I don't mind them one bit because show don't tell. Let's be really honest, a true Disney fan or expert has to acknowledge that Disney has already made this kind of nod before. Kingdom Hearts, House of Mouse, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Wreck-It Ralph movies, or the perfect example, the Once Upon a Studio short. Every Disney crossover you can think of in terms of movies, shows, theme parks, and video games have already been established that this entire library has created its own Smash Bros. Ultimate. Even Disney put Easter eggs into their own popular movies like a Pixar movie. There is really nothing harmful or heartless about Wish putting this stuff into their own movie. We've seen this kind of wink before, and it should be established that the reason why there are so many Easter eggs, not counting the end credits, is because Disney's past movies have also shared their own themes of wishes and dreams. A Disney movie making references to another Disney movie is no different than a PS4 Spider-Man making a cameo in Across the Spider-Verse or a Mario Galaxy character making an appearance in the Super Mario Bros. Movie. My real issue with the references, however, is that the movie doesn't know how to balance Wish's story and the tribute to Disney 100 perfectly. About 80 of it is a Wish story, and the others are the Disney stuff, which is mostly good for the former, but the latter is still all over the place. The story is really not that hard to follow or to understand. It's the tale about a kingdom where wishes can really come true. There's even a good explanation that wishes are a key part of who we really are. When Asha looks at the wish orbs, you get an idea on why these wishes are considered special and what makes the people of Roses themselves. You know what? The wish identity does make a lot of sense. It makes the concept unique, shows the importance of wishes as a whole, and the scene with the wish orbs are pretty heartful and often relatable when it comes to fulfilling that dream. And it shows how one can make their wish come true without some help from one powered man. Sure, the plot seems simple, but making a simple fairy tale movie does not automatically make it look bad. Not everything has to be complex in how wishes and magic work. While Wish is considered a tribute to Disney's Sentinel, it does not take away the spotlight of the characters and their journey on saving the wishes. When it comes to the Wish characters, they're not one of Disney's most fleshed out characters in recent years. However, that doesn't mean they are not memorable. What really makes them likable is the voice acting to help identify the characters. Ariana DeBose, Chris Pine, Harvey Golan, Angela Yee Cabral, the list goes on. Asha is the good-hearted girl that wants to set the wishes free after she discovered the harsh truth about the king so that she can return them back to the people of Roses. Her caring nature towards her home, friends, and love for her family, especially helping her grandfather's wish, is what makes her a memorable protagonist. She's the one that isn't afraid of trying to face the king, even with his powerful magic. Speaking of which, there is the main villain, King Magnifico, and it feels so refreshing to have a non-twisted Disney villain, and he actually makes a threatening villain because he does have a diabolical goal, keeping the wishes for himself. He can be easily persuasive in how he gives away wishes specifically and how he views them as predictable or dangerous, but ever since Star came to the picture, he feared that his powerful position might get taken away or repeat an incident that happened to him years ago, and he decided to take matters into his own hands by crushing and consuming everyone's wishes with his own magic. While he does get madder and crazier by the minute, he can be entertaining to watch. You can tell that Chris Pine really wanted to make the most out of his Disney villain. Then there are the side characters, starting with Asha's friends. They act more like the 7 dwarves from Snow White due to their personalities and outfits, but as on the nose as they are, some of them don't fully copy the original dwarves per se. Like how Dahlia is Asha's best friend and the supportive member of the group, Gobble is pretty funny with his sarcastic and pessimistic behavior, but Zima often disappears and appears by surprise due to her being shy and quiet, but the other three still feel like they're copying the original. We get a glimpse of Simon that the reason that he is so drowsy is because he's been waiting for his wish to be granted, but he actually appears less on screen than his own friends. There is also Queen Amaya, the other ruler of Rosas, who sometimes works for the king, but she does care about her citizens, their hopes and dreams, and wants to make sure her husband doesn't follow a dark path when using magic. As for the comic release, there is the Talking Goat Valentino and the Muting Wishing Star, Star. Valentino was fine. Sometimes I get a giggle from him, but his jokes are a hit and miss. Star, on the other hand, is the most memorable character outside of Asha and Magnifico due to their childlike innocence and carefree spirit, their power to grant wishes, make happy thoughts, and spread magic.
Okay, why don't you watch this lizard movie? According to our numbers, it's loved by both critics and audiences.
Why is everyone acting like they're in a Broadway musical covering product placements and random movie references? I'm going back to my review.
But our numbers!
And I'm not interested in the Crab movie, by the way. There is one standout moment that has been remembered the most outside the animation, and that's the musical numbers. The songs are actually enjoyable and well executed on their own merit, from the music to the choreography. There's Welcome to Rosas, the grand opening to learn about the kingdom and wishes. The second song, At All Costs, shows the wishes that the citizens want and the importance of protecting them. I'm a Star is the filler song where the animals sing and how they are able to talk. The villain song, This Is the Things I Get, is King Magnifico's true transformation of being evil after the people question his authority, and knowing what I know now is the big booing preparation where all the characters had to figure out on defeating the king. And of course, you got the best song in the movie, the Let It Go, How Far I'll Go, and Wait on a Miracle, This Wish, where Asha makes her wish to help Rosas, followed by a reprise at the climax. Plus, the visuals make the musical numbers really nice to look at, such as the colors or other special effects. However, while the songs are nice to listen to, the music can get all over the place between classical or modern music, and the two songs, I'm a Star and At All Costs, are only remembered for their visuals and their own lyrics. Okay, seriously, I'm getting a seizure over this teleport. What did you do to me?
I destroy your opinion. You must create a new one. I'm sorry, but you leave me no choice.
What?
The numbers have spoken.
I actually like this fairy tale film. Wish is actually a pretty good Disney movie. While there are a few things I wish they could have done better, like balancing the story and the tribute to Disney's 100 years of magic and develop some of the side characters, but do the Easter eggs or the traditional Disney formula really hurt the movie severely? No. Whatever explanation it may be over these two elements, it's not enough to call it the worst Disney movie since Chicken Little. The characters are likable thanks to their respective voice performers, the animation is impressive with its unique art style, the songs are a nice addition to the Disney soundtrack, and the theme of wishes is something audiences can really relate to. This is an absolute go-see for true Disney fans. I'm sure they'll have fun with the references like every other Disney content that have done these kinds of Easter egg hunts. For everyone else, I say just give it a chance. You'll at least say you saw it and gave it a fair shot. It's not one of my top 10 favorite Disney movies, it's of course not going to catch up to Nimona or Across the Spider-Verse, but I know a hard-working anime feature when I see one, and I have a fun time with this movie. And that's what makes the Disney 100th anniversary so special. Not everything has to be a perfect party. It doesn't have to involve fancy dresses or tuxedos, doing a wall stand, talking fancy, drinking a glass of champagne, or whatever that defines a perfect party. What's important is to just have fun. I give the Wish movie a B+. Dude, the review is over. I looked over at Fair Square.
No, you're wrong. You're not looking hard enough. I demand a re-review.
Leave me alone already. You have other people to recommend those other movies. Everyone has their own cup of tea.
But our numbers, the Easter eggs, first Thanksgiving opening weekend, and this is the things I get?
I'm done.
What?
I don't want to deal with this drama anymore. What is your deal if I end up liking this movie and saying nice things about it? I just want to have a fun time watching an anime movie like I do with every other anime movie I've seen this year. Minus that lizard.
But I was trying to save you and Disney.
You tried to save me and Disney. How is jumping the bandwagon and punching someone or something supposed to make things better?
Are you saying that I'm wrong about Wish or something?
I'm saying I'm not the bad guy over liking this movie, and I never said that you were evil over disliking this either. I just can't accept the way the internet world has been acting towards Wish, competition and leadership aside. I do want to see other animation studios take home the trophy, like Netflix's Pinocchio, but complaining over a cartoon mouse again and again and giving someone the L is not going to help anyone to find the next Spider Nimona in the next year or so. That's not good sportsmanship. Wish was done by real, caring, hardworking people like all the other big-time anime movies I saw this year. The voices you've been hearing in your head are just a bunch of opinions like mine. There are no right or wrong answers over seeing this movie. Just because you panic over some Disney nod or catchphrase doesn't make Wish a complete loser to everyone. There are some things I still remember worth watching storytelling-wise, like the musical numbers, the world building, the animation, and even the characters. I'm sorry that you didn't have a good time with this movie, but there are some movies that have an audience, and it's not worth fighting about. I've made my opinion toward this movie, and it won't be changing my mind, nor take away yours like you did to me. My wish for this anime movie has been granted. You just let your own go to waste.
What will you do now?
The celebration is over. It's time to move on to the next. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, check out these other videos, or feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming reviews and other projects. I'll see you soon.